I've known this next gentleman for quite a number of years now, more than 30 years now. I've known Darryl Purpose since his first CD came out. Darryl really became enamored of the folk music community when he was in the Great Peace March in the early 1980s. And so he was involved with that and then began writing songs and performing them, and he's gone on to do a lot of shows around the country and overseas as well. He's also performed at the Kerrville Folk Festival, and I think he first did my radio program in 1991 back in Omaha, Nebraska, somewhere around those times. His songs are just such vivid photographs and pictures. I love his work, and I'm just so glad to get him on stage here at WinterFolk. A big, warm, first WinterFolk welcome to Darryl Purpose.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tom. Well, I'm just ridiculously happy to be here and get to play these songs for you, these sad songs. There'll be some sad songs. I don't know if people have been explaining their headwear tonight. I don't know, but I'll tell you that I'm wearing this because I've never had a right ear. And a couple weeks ago, OHSU, really talented surgeon, actually took some skin from here and some cartilage from here and actually made a right ear. But it's a little too ugly to look at. You think I'm making this up, don't you?
It's all true.
Of course I'm making it up. Is he making it up? I don't know. I've been part of a songwriter group for the last year when we making a new album of these songs. We're going to call it Sunday Monday because on Sunday it was nothing, and on Monday it was a song that I played for the group. So I'm going to play a few of those songs. This one here I made about Little League, and I was a pretty bad Little League baseball player. I was the second worst Little League baseball player in our league. Robbie Ehrenberg, now he was the worst. And this is a true story. It's not funny. Oh, but a lot of time has passed. So I was the second worst. Robbie was the worst. And one day Robbie went to Dodger Stadium and choked on a hot dog and died. And I never had a right ear. And then I was the worst. But Robbie was a special guy, and just wrote this song for him. I was drafted second to last in Little League each year. They called me swing and miss, even though I hit a foul ball here and there. Little Robbie Ehrenberg, he was always the last pick. 'Cause one time I put my glove up and a fly ball landed in it. It was me and Robbie Ehrenberg taking turns in right field, praying the ball was not hit our way. 'Cause we were no Joe DiMaggio, we could not hit, pitch, field, or throw. But come the final out, thought we'd be okay. Could have been learning chords instead of chewing grass. Robbie played games on boards, he was the best at chess in our class. We watched the Dodgers, we were drawn to the 3s and the 9s. Our moms thought as they watched us, surely we could play between the lines. So it was me and Robbie Ehrenberg taking turns in right field, praying the ball was not hit our way. We were no Joe DiMaggio, we could not hit, pitch, field, or throw. But come the final out, thought we'd be okay. Robbie's final out, no one predicted. It happened all so fast, so unexpected. At a hot dog stand in Dodger Stadium, he drew his last breath. Our first brush with death. Thinking about all the things I'll never see again. My Aunt Norma Jean has danced her last jitterbug with my Uncle Jim. And Robbie Ehrenberg, he won't lose another ball. He's forever young in right field with his back against the wall. Now sometimes Robbie Ehrenberg is still with me in the right field. I pray the ball is not hit my way, 'cause I'm no Joe DiMaggio. I still can't hit pitch, field, or throw, considering the final out in the dusk of the long day. Da-da, da-da-da. Thank you. Did you mention when you introduced me, Tom? Did Tom mention that I was a professional blackjack player? Yeah, my.
I was going to save that for later.
Oh, okay. Well, I was good with numbers. Let's just say I was good with numbers. And when I was a teenager, I went off to Las Vegas and started a kind of legendary career as a professional blackjack player. I was known as the fastest card counter in the world at one point, quite seriously. And I don't have a right ear. And this is all true, though. But anyway, so I was good at numbers. So I was thinking about Catholic school. Had to write a song on a Sunday. I was thinking about Catholic school, and here's what happened. One time, Sister Thomasina was at the board, and she wrote on the chalkboard, 3/4 equals 4/5. I was just a little kid, but I was like, I don't think that's right, So they kicked me out. I might have called her stupid. But they got my mother and they sent me home, and later they called my mother that same day and they said, well, Darryl can come back if he apologizes to Sister Thomasina. And my mother told me that was up to me. If I wanted to go back, I could apologize to Sister Thomasina. And I said, I want to apologize to Sister Thomasina, but I don't ever want to go back. And so that was the end of Catholic school for me. But St. Catherine of Siena was the name of the school, and, all these years later, I thought I would just, Google her. Well, who is this woman? So it turned out she was kind of an impressive woman. She made things happen in a world of men. She was a mover and a shaker. And so the song goes on. I'll tell you one little anecdote that did not make it into the song, but apparently Catherine wore a ring on her finger, and only she could see it, and it was made of the foreskin of the baby Jesus. That's on her Wikipedia page. That's a fact. That is a fact. I'm just the messenger. I have no right ear. St. Catherine's Catholic School, God's wisdom do proclaim. We were taught the golden rule and the righteousness of blame. Father Sean said, pass the plate. Same sermon, different version. My allowance was fair game in his faith play of coercion. So sorry, Sister Thomasina, that I still know your name must please you. Vanity and glory, sticking to the story, I trust all is well in heaven. Down here I forgot the lesson. Sister Thomasina reigned, St. Catherine's Catholic School. Fractions were not her thing, but she held sway with her ruler. Catherine wore a crown of thorns, spurned another made of gold, tried to help the sick and poor, the hungry and the old. So sorry, Catherine of the Lilies, from the 20th century in Los Angeles. Mercy for those who took long to know you. I trust all is well in heaven. Down here I'll review the lesson. St. Catherine of Siena, who knew you could inspire, born 1347 to set the world on fire. Radical mystic girl, spite your mother, cut your hair, had the bishops in a whirl with dialogues and prayers. So sorry, Catherine of the Lilies, this world has remained broken clearly. Thought we might have made some progress. Future is any fool's guess. I trust all is well in heaven. Down here I have learned my lesson. Thank you very much. As I say, these are new ones. I'll play one more of these new ones that I wrote on Sunday for Monday. My friend Patrick DeSimio helped me round this out after the fact. But this comes from, I found myself off the coast of Nosara, Costa Rica, in trouble in the ocean. And, I knew it was real trouble. And I had a moment to think, this could be it. And I just thought, I'm going to spend I'm going to spend this time that I have right now for the people that love me and just try really hard, work really hard, try to get back to shore. And so it took me an hour and a half. And when I got back to shore, I told people what had happened. They said, oh, yeah, 3 people have died on that beach this year. And anyway, so we call this Costa Rica. Who will you be when it's time to head in and the tide disagrees? Who will you be? Who will you miss when the ocean runs deep? One last lost kiss, who will you miss? Rough are the waters, risky the rocks, all in a moment, all could be lost. And how will you fight with the waves rising round? No land in sight, how will you fight? And what holds you up when the tide rips you down? Will you be strong enough? What holds you up? Rough are the waters, risky the rocks, all in a moment, all could be lost. I offer a blessing from one who returned to those on this beach and all here on earth. And how will you live once you've saved your life? Your heart beats again. How will you live? And who will you be when it's time to head in and the tide disagrees? Who will you be? When the tide disagrees, who will you be? Thank you. Thank you very much. So I have to tell you a couple things. One is that I'm leading a trip to Scotland, a folk trip to Scotland in August. There's some brochures out there. I would love to stay in touch. I've actually got no gigs on my schedule right now. I've got some adventures planned, but I'll be back, and I'd like to stay in touch. And I've got these. I bought these playing cards, with my picture on it. It was like for merch kind of thing, right? But I bought way too many, so I got like a bunch out there. I will trade you, buy a raffle ticket and take a deck of cards. Give me your email address, take a deck of cards. Promise me something. Take like a new right ear or something, Take a deck of cards and come with me to Scotland. And anyway, this is one more for you. That wrote this with Robert Morgan Fisher. This is called Mr. Schwinn. This is an old one. Mr. Schwinn was as thin as a pelican's grin, and I took him my bike when the wheel wouldn't spin, when the wheel wouldn't spin, or the gear wouldn't shift. For fixing a bike, the man had a gift. They were stashed in the back of his waterfront shack, his and her bikes perfectly matched, like a groom and a bride, waiting to take their honeymoon ride. He'd say one of these bikes is more than a twin, as he pumped up the tires, polished the rim. I'm saving it for my Mrs. Schwinn. Yes, the wires and the tires filled me with desire, and the sprockets and streamers were truly admired by all kinds of folks who watched as he carefully tightened the spokes. Yes, the chrome really shone, but if truth be known, at the end of the day, he went home alone. Yes, he went home alone by way of the pier, and he watched the tide turn and the sun disappear. He'd say one of these bikes is more than a twin, as he oiled the chain, polished the rim. I'm saving it for my Mrs. Schwinn. He'd say one of these bikes is more than a twin, as he tested the brakes, polished the rim. I'm saving it for my Mrs. Schwinn. Yesterday was the day that I heard someone say the old man at the bicycle shop passed away. Mr. Schwinn passed away, and my wife and I cried, 'cause he never did take that honeymoon ride. 'Twas with grim discipline that the town buried him, and the gravestone revealed that his name wasn't Schwinn. No, his name wasn't Schwinn, but I'll tell you with pride, he gave me the groom and my wife the bride. Mr. Schwinn was as thin as a pelican's grin, and I took him my bike when the wheel wouldn't spin, when the wheel wouldn't spin or the gear wouldn't shift. For fixing a bike, the man had a gift. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike, on sound. Thank you, Tom May. Thanks for having me. Thank you guys so much.
Darryl Purvis. It was so nice to see Darryl Purvis show up in Portland, Oregon. He called me on the phone, and we had coffee together, and we made plans, and it's just been a real delight having him here. Okay, we're going to get ready for the guitar raffle right now. Arietta's going to set up on stage. While we do that, we've got my good friend Bob Lynn, who is the head of the board of directors at Artichoke Music, who brought the guitar. They're moving over the... have you all got your tickets? Okay. So I want to introduce to you first the maker of this beautiful guitar, Mr. Lauren Schulte, who's sitting in the front. Stand up, Lauren, so they can see you. I think this is either the fourth or the fifth guitar that Lauren has donated to WinterFolk, has made and donated to WinterFolk. And his beautiful wife, Terry, is here tonight, too. So we were so happy to have them both here this year. So we're going to have two drawings right now. The first drawing will be for the day of studio time at Billy Oskay's studio. Billy's studio is at Corbett. It's got a fantastic view of Mount Hood, and I've done 2 albums there myself. It's one of the great studios in North America. It's a real joy to record there. So anybody that wins this prize is going to have an opportunity to put down some fine music, either for yourself or a friend. So that'll be the first drawing, and then we will have the drawing for that beautiful guitar by Lauren. I can't remember what the woods are in this brand new guitar.